I wanted to give you a very brief update where we're at in terms of the campaign to ensure that Carlisle and districts are protected. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, the Environment Agency and Cumbria County Council issued a report on what they think were the causes of the events on the 5th and 6th of December last year. As you know, if you've looked at that report, it is a very narrow report. It focuses on the urban area. It demonstrates where water went, and importantly, it gives one single causal factor, and that is excessive rainfall. So, and of course, importantly, it's proposed no solid action. All you've got in that report is the urban focus, single causal event, heavy rainfall, and a set of proposals that are reviews, not action plans. So that's the important thing. That was a milestone to see what the officials, how they interpreted that event. We've got our interpretation, haven't we? They've interpreted it in the way that they have. Now that is actually an official report. They have to produce that. That's a statutory requirement. So therefore, what you get in that report is very minimal. You know, you've heard of this word redaction, where you leave out key information. Well, that's got to go up to government. Of course, you know, they're not going to open their coat and show that they've got no knickers on, are they? They're not going to put into that report the embarrassing facts and figures. They're doing what's minimally required, and that's very typical of the public sector. They'll do what's required, and they're not going to expose themselves to unnecessary critique or invite trouble. So that's understandable. That report is thin. Of course, we're doing our own analysis, and we're working with experts to see that there's many issues. Importantly, that report did not show the maintenance programme for the Environment Agency's area of responsibilities, and that is main rivers. So there's nothing to do with the upstream discussion in that report, and that's where the focus is going currently. So we've got a report. It's the first official statement from government, in a sense, via the Environment Agency and Cumbria County Council. And of course, what we're saying as a community group is we're just taking your comments, we're channeling them to government and saying we want to see an action plan, as with business, a clear project plan. You've had nearly 6 months now to identify where remedial work can take place. For example, if it is indeed around the petrol and that area where there are flaws within the flood barrier design, we want to see a project plan, we want to see delivery schedules, and they're very resistant to doing that. The Environment Agency do not seem to have the concentration of focus that we would like to see. So we're just simply saying, by now you should have identified your action plans. If it's bridges, if it's blockages, lay that out in a project plan, let the community know when the delivery date is, and show us the schedule of works. So it's very simple. You know, we want to see immediate short-term action. We want to then see the medium-term plans and the long-term plans. A lot of emphasis, as you know, is on the upstream, on slowing the flow upstream. That's a long project. That focus must not get in the way of doing what's necessary now. So we would like them to use the best knowledge and best advice that they've got to get on and do things that can prevent further disasters this winter, and we don't see that appetite for that. What we do see is reviews proposed, conversations. They keep talking about coming out to talk to citizens to gain knowledge. I think, yes, you have to do that, but you can also parachute in global firms with the resources to do the systematic mapping and do the analysis according to best practice as to how you protect a city like Carlisle. We'd like to see that take place. So I just wanted to give you that update that we've got a report from government. It came in 2 weeks ago. It is very thin and it's flawed and it's got errors in it, and that's not good enough. And we now want to see the actual plans towards protecting the city in short-term actions for this winter. So that's the focus of the group, and we're writing and passing on your messages. If you've got things you want us to put to government through the channels that we've opened up on your behalf as flood victims, please write, go to the website and communicate with us, and we'll pass that on for you. So don't hesitate to say this is what you want to see. I'm going to do a longer podcast to talk about the wider context if you're interested, and that will be on the website as well. So keep in touch. In terms of the next meeting, we're looking at putting another meeting together, which again keeps the protest live. We have to be proactive. You've turned out in big numbers, but we have to focus on demanding action, and that is the, in terms of protection, that is the focus. So we'll keep communicating with you. If you want to join the group, then you're more than welcome. We need people who can organise meetings, we're short of a treasurer. We'd love somebody who's a little bit PR savvy to help with press releases. So if you feel there's things you'd like to see happen, and you want to get your hands dirty and you want to get stuck in on the ground, then join up and let us know. Thanks very much.